Good morning to those who will listen. It is April 12th, 2018, 11:21 a.m. And I got some more news from the Middle East, from Syria, Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of stuff going on. And what really makes me upset about everything is that our news doesn't really show very much. Now, I did get something from CNN here, and when we do this, when I play this, I want you guys to watch the bottom scroll. It probably says more than what they're actually saying in this segment. First off, I got a story from France, just came out just a few minutes ago. I believe the link in there in the description box for you. It's from the Times of Israel, and France's Emmanuel Macron says that he has proof that the Syrian government attacked the town of Douma with chemical weapons last weekend. And then he would decide in due course whether to respond with airstrikes. So I'll leave that in there. And we also have proof from WHO, the World Health Organization, and now we got an international watch group that is also confirming that this attack did happen and chemical weapons were used. Still, waiting to see what evidence he has. He says he has evidence, but so far we're waiting to see what that evidence is. He says one thing that they said they did use chemical weapons, at least chlorine, in that attack. So we'll wait for that and see what he has to say about that. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to have some countries going into Syria and doing some bomb campaigns and missile launches, missile strikes towards Syria. We got the United States, Israel, UK, and France that seem to be on board with this. President Trump still says he's not laying out a timeline for these attacks to take place. It could be today, he says, or it could be somewhere in the future. My goodness, that April 18th date is surely coming up. We got 6 days for that date. I don't know if they're going to use that as a date, or if we're supposed to be distracted by that date and it happens before or after that date. I don't know. There's a lot going on. All right, here's the report from this. Remember, watch the scroll on the bottom. There's some important information down there.
Natural gas pipelines are to create risk and threats to our allies and to our friends around the world. We will have reduced the risk to the United States of America and to those countries greatly. And so I look forward to being part of the discussion about Nord Stream 2 in particular, to make sure that there are alternatives there that are in the West's best interest and not in Vladimir Putin's best interest.
And then turning to Iran, they continue to be a threat to the United States, to Israel, to the international community. Iran is the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism. They're financing terrorist groups around the world. And
I just wanted to mention one thing really quick. Iran today has said that they are going to completely destroy Israel.
A lot of it has to do with the massive influx of cash that Iran received from the Iran nuclear deal. And they're continuing to support destabilizing activities in the region. There's incredible amounts of evidence of that. I think the United States has to enforce and impose sanctions on Iran for what they're doing with arms trafficking, with terrorism, the development of ballistic missiles. So could you visit a little bit about how you plan to respond to Iran's illicit activities, including what they're doing to support terrorism and arms trafficking and the missile developments?
Senator, the president has laid out a strategy to push back against each of those elements of threat to America that you've described. Maybe focus just on sanctions for a moment. There's still more arrows in the quiver. There's more work to do there. CIA director, we've been part of providing the intelligence so that we can target those sanctions in the right way. We understand who it is and who's moving weapons around the world and who's engaged in the malign activity which we're trying to stop. Ultimately, those designations are placed by Treasury and State, but the intelligence community's had a big role. I've been part of it. We got a big team working on it. We will continue to, and if I'm confirmed, I will be part of that. I will tell you that the other element of that is also a diplomatic task. It's important when America places sanctions. It is really powerful when we get our partners to do it as well, when we can share the burden that comes with placing sanctions, because Americans can't trade in those places, and when we can share that burden and truly create global prohibitions on trading with the entities we designate, we have the most likelihood of, the greatest likelihood of achieving the outcome we're looking for.
And can I turn briefly?
Okay, I won't go on with that, but, breaking news, it says Trump's Syria decision will be made soon. So we're still waiting for that. I just want to say that, I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I mean, it looks like it will, like we're going to be going in there. And I don't want to, frighten people with this, but I think we should be preparing, for this to happen. And who knows what can happen when this starts. It could start a chain reaction which could lead into World War III. We just need to keep our eyes open and see what's going on. The news, or at least I haven't found any news on our end here in the United States. And I've been finding the news on YouTube, which is pretty sad when we have to go to YouTube. We can't even count on our own news sources to bring us the news of what's going on. We just get little bits and pieces, and a lot of the stuff that's going on overseas, over in the Middle East, we don't even see it and we don't even hear about it. So it's pretty sad, but I'll try to keep you up to date as much as I can, and I know there's lots of other channels out there that are reporting on what's going on over in the Middle East. So I would say watch out for some other YouTube channels that are putting that stuff out too. A lot going on, and I think we just need to pray for all involved, because I think we're really getting closer to the end days. There's so much going on and it's not just with stuff in the news, with the weather and the sun and the moon and the stars. There's so much going on. Just pray. Please just pray for everyone over there. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing. God bless.